Hey, let's live in Universe, it's Xander, and welcome back to WWE 2K Universe Mode. We're back for another episode of Monday Night Raw. We're getting closer and closer to WrestleMania by the day. Later this week on Saturday will be NXT TakeOver New Orleans. And tonight, we're kicking things off with Seth Rollins. Here comes the Monday Night Messiah. Trying to... Rollins makes his way to the ring. At WrestleMania, I wanted the biggest showdown in the history of WWE. Dead Man versus Messiah, the old versus the new, night versus day. Unfortunately, that will not be happening. Due to unknown circumstances, The Undertaker will not be able to compete at WrestleMania due to an injury to his head that nobody can explain how he got. But at WrestleMania, my disciple Murphy begins my conquest to banish all darkness from WWE. My disciples and I will absolve the darkness and save all of you. Not really sure what to say about that. Sure, yeah, unknown injury, says the man that stomped him headfirst into a chair. Well, it's time for our first bit of in-ring action of the night, as here comes the Iconics. Peyton Royce and Billie Kay making their way to the ring. Billie Kay will be the one in action tonight. She's taking on the Raw Women's Champion. So run. As Peyton and Billie making their way to the ring. We don't see the Iconics too much here in Universe. These two lifelong friends, though, grew up together, trained together, and now they're here in WWE as a team. And they're looking to make Monday Night Raw iconic. Here comes the Raw Women's Champion now. The woman who faces Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania. Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler scares me. Why do you think I don't badmouth her? Ever. So here we go, it's Billie Kay versus Shayna Baszler in our first bit of action. Oh god! Baszler picks Kay back up to her feet, and Baszler. Oh boy. Guillotine choke. Guillotine chokes in. Billie Kay is done. She wants out of that as quick as possible. She wanted nothing to do with Shayna Baszler. The entrances took longer than the match, ladies and gentlemen. Shayna Baszler sending a message to Ronda Rousey, I would say, with that win. This is going on with the rest of Raw. Well, that match, if that's what you want to call it, just happened. Shayna Baszler with the win. Bobby Lashley, who is back in winning form after aligning himself with MVP last week, knocked off Titus O'Neil. Charlotte Flair knocked off Ruby Riott in singles action. Leandro Impresso knocked off Big Show and Rey Mysterio. And up next, Aleister Black's in action. So yes, the United States Champion is in action, but ladies and gentlemen, up first, Elias. Really miss his 2K20 entrance. That's the only thing I miss about that game. As Elias looking to drift his way down to the ring. Elias making his way to the ring. He's taking on the United States Champion, Aleister Black. We don't know who's going to be challenging Aleister Black at WrestleMania yet. There's Aleister Black. Wait for it. Rises from the smoke. So here we go. It's going to be Aleister Black versus Elias. Maybe this one will go longer than 30 seconds. Otherwise, we're in for a short episode today, aren't we? So here we go. Black with a knee strike. Immediately drops Elias. Kicks him. Went for a kick. Elias blocked it. Elias dumps the champion out of the ring. Aleister Black undefeated, but Elias could look to stop that tonight, doesn't he? Couldn't he? Off the ring post goes Elias. As Black walks around the side of the ring, grabs Elias. Aleister Black throws him back in the ring. And Black up to the top rope. And now Black across the ring with an elbow to Elias. Grabs him now, and Elias picked up by Aleister Black, and Elias hits him in the ribs. Elias gets caught with a right. There's a kick to the knee. And Elias, no. Knee strike from Aleister Black. Or knee strike from Elias to Aleister Black. Aleister Black out of the way, and Black German suplex to Elias. And now Elias getting up on the apron here. And Elias, Aleister Black. Crashes and burns there. He tried to dive out onto Elias, but Black, spins Elias around, throws him into the ring apron. And now Black picking up Elias, and Aleister Black grabs Elias, throws him off the ring steps. There's an elbow as well. Referee at a 3 count now. Throws him across the ringside area. 4 count. Referee at a count of 5. There's now Black. There's Elias. 6. And Elias fighting back. Elbows him into the rope. Or elbows him on the outside here. Throws him back in the ring and beats the count. Elias doesn't want to just beat Aleister Black by count out. He wants to be the first man to pin Aleister Black. There's now Black. Taken down by Elias. And Elias gets grabs Aleister Black, and Elias grabbing him by the back of the neck. Aleister Black knocks back Elias. And Black went for a knee strike. Elias, Thez press, raining down with the right hands. And now Elias with a stomp to the head. Picks up Aleister Black to his feet, and Elias grabs Black, throws him in the corner, elbow strike, and went for a knee, gets caught with a clothesline. Getting back up to his feet now, and Elias grabs Black up on his shoulders. Elias takes him down with a knee to the back. Turns him over now, and Elias. What's he thinking here? He's looking to come off the top. Elias off the top with an elbow. And now the Drifter. Whoa! Grabs the champion. Drift away. Cover on Black. 1, 2. Aleister Black kicks out. I think some people might have thought the first ever defeat of Aleister Black was about to happen right before our eyes. Black Mass. 1, 2, 3. Good night, Elias. Elias came very close off that drift away, but Black Mass, all you gotta say. Aleister Black gets the win. Let's drop. Wait, hold on a minute. What the? Who is that? Murphy! That's Murphy! The disciple of Seth Rollins! The man who was one of the final 2 in the Elimination Chamber. Rollins said Murphy would absolve the darkness, as Murphy just dropped Black with a knee strike. Remember, Buddy Murphy is the man Aleister Black defeated in his debut, and Murphy seems to not be taken too kindly to that anymore, running powerbomb to the U.S. champion. And Murphy, leaving Aleister Black laying, picks him back up. Murphy, straight German suplex, just drilled Black into the mat. As Murphy picks him up again, and Buddy Murphy plants Aleister Black into the mat. I think we found Aleister Black's challenger. Wait a minute, here comes the Universal Champion to the ring now. We know Drew McIntyre has apparently had a match scheduled for the main event tonight. But he's not just kind of walking down to the ring, he's coming down, seems he's got something to say. Last week, John Cena came out here and claimed that I'm not a champion. My championship says otherwise. But if John Cena becomes champion at WrestleMania, then Monday Night Raw will suffer under his ego. I'm a fighting champion and I fully intend to remain that way. At WrestleMania, I will kick the head off of John Cena. Right now, I have a match with a man who seems to be a very promising contender. Right now I face Apollo Crews. Well, this is going to be fun, isn't it? Apollo Crews making his way to the ring. Apollo Crews versus Drew McIntyre in our main event. This is going to be fun. Here we go. Apollo Crews, a man who's shown a lot of promise here on Raw as of late. taking contenders like Aleister Black to the limit in the past. As now Drew, right hand connects. For a chop, got him with that one. And now Apollo grabs Drew, and Apollo throws him into the corner. Turns him over now, and Apollo Crews with Drew McIntyre now. Crews, kick to the back. And Drew back to his feet with a chop. Right hand from Apollo. Drew kicks him in the ribs. And now Drew grabs Apollo, and Drew McIntyre suplexes him. And kicks him in the back, but Apollo back to his feet. And Apollo Crews takes him down. Coming down with the right. Coming down with the right hands. And now Drew. Apollo Crews firing himself up here. As Apollo has Drew over the ropes. Apollo and Drew go spilling to the outside. And Drew McIntyre, he might have gotten more than he bargained for, picking a fight with Apollo Crews tonight. As the referee continues the count now. And Apollo with Drew up on his shoulders. Apollo Crews, oh wait a minute, throws the champion into the ring post. Referee at a 4 count now. As now Apollo grabs Drew. And Drew shoves him away. And Drew throws him into the ring apron. 7 count. And now Drew throws Apollo back in the ring, and Drew follows him back in. Picks Apollo back up to his feet, and Drew McIntyre. Headbutt. And a clothesline. McIntyre now picking Apollo back up to his feet, and McIntyre went for a headbutt. Apollo counters and knocks him back. Apollo dumps the champion over the top. And now Apollo following Drew McIntyre to the outside. Apollo Crews picks him up, and Apollo with Drew. Has him from behind now. Apollo with Drew. Head first off the ring steps. And now Apollo picking Drew back up to his feet, and Apollo Crews kicks him in the ribs, and Apollo overhead belly to belly connects. Referee at a 5 count now. 6. Apollo picks up Drew, and Apollo taken down by Drew. 7 count. Drew back in the ring to break the count. Here comes Apollo. Drew McIntyre. Oh, went for a close on Apollo. Caught him with a drop kick. And now Apollo drags Drew away from the ropes, and Apollo Crews into a cover. 1. No, Apollo Crews not able to put him away. Drew now starting to get back to his feet. Apollo countered. And Drew went for a clothesline. Apollo ducked him. Headbutt from Drew. And now Apollo throws him in the corner. No, takes him down with a splash. Down goes McIntyre. Apollo into another cover. 1, 2. Oh, rope break for Drew. Drew gets the ropes, and Drew out of the ring now. Apollo. Oh, don't take too much time. Showboat, and gets caught with a German. And now Drew picks up Apollo, and Drew McIntyre. Headbutt to Apollo Crews. That might be all she wrote. I think Apollo might have gloated just a little too much. He was doing pretty well. But now, the Claymore. 1, 2. No! Apollo kicks out of the Claymore. Right hand, no. Apollo counters, knocks Drew into the ropes. Apollo grabs Drew, puts him in the ropes, and Apollo Crews takes down Drew, and Apollo. Knee strike to the ribs. And Drew out of the ring. And now Apollo turns Drew around. Apollo grabs Drew for the spinning sit-up powerbomb. Cover. 1. No. Drew shoulders up. Drew got the shoulder up. Elbow strike connects from Apollo Crews. Picks up Drew back to his feet. Now Apollo went for a clothesline. Drew spinning wheel kick. Drew with a kick. McIntyre firing away on Apollo. Picks him back up, and now Drew grabs Apollo. Slings him into the corner. Drew McIntyre. Oh, Apollo turns him around, and Apollo with Drew sends him across the ring. Apollo springboards into the corner. And now Apollo Crews with a kick. And Crews turns over McIntyre. Apollo Crews now grabs him from behind, and Apollo Crews reverse impaler DDT. And now Apollo standing over McIntyre. Apollo Crews picking him back up to his feet, and Apollo went for the enziguri. Drew headbutts him. And now Drew calling him up. 3, 2, 1. Claymore. 1, 2, 3. A fantastic showing from Apollo Crews tonight. But Drew McIntyre is your winner. It took 2 Claymores to put him down, but Drew McIntyre beats Apollo Crews in yet another brilliant performance from Apollo. Thank you all for watching tonight's episode of Universe. Our next episode coming up is the final episode of NXT before TakeOver this weekend. Tune in then, because you're going to see Pete Dunne versus Walter. You're going to see Will Ospreay in action, and you're going to be seeing Candice LeRae return to action. I'll see you all then. I've been Xander, and that has been Universe.